Good evening, race fans. That was funny, Alan. Welcome to BSTV. Oh dear, what are we going to do? So, TCR Challenge Cup Season 15 is what's happening on the screen. It's week 8. We're at Suzuka International Racecourse. Not the horses, the cars. And this is the Grand Prix layout. It's the big one, and it's the very exciting one. I do like this place, and there's quite a lot of people that do like it, and we've found out, whilst I've been practicing, there's quite a lot of people that don't. We've already got quite a hot track. It's 38 degrees. I'm Pete Bingham, and I'm joined in the booth for this right rollicking good race by Sir Alan of Toon. Good evening.
Good evening, Peter. Good evening, everybody. And you're quite right. It is a rollicking place, and I do like this place a lot.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of everything for me. This spot.
Yeah, it's got some very, very tight hairpins. It's got a very challenging chicane. The S's section at the beginning of the lap is a challenge because as soon as you go offline on it, you're getting further and further offline, and there's no recovering it, in my opinion.
It's a builder.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and then 130R. You know, when you've managed to navigate the rest of the lap, you can easily die on that corner with a little bit of extra curb. But here we are. We're at Suzuka. This is rounds 15 and 16. We're over halfway through the season, so drop scores do count. There's a few things to call out this evening. We're just going to do a little bit of find somebody on track first. We'll find PVG, because, where is he? I don't know. There he is. Right, I've sorted out my paints this time, so none of the nonsense that we had last week where I had trading paint still active and it messed around with everything, and that really gripped my... I can't say that on a broadcast. It annoyed
imagination.
It gripped my imagination, yeah, we'll say that. So this is PVG's car. It's littered with all sorts of additional branding now. I'll try and get a better look at that so that his sponsors actually get some footage.
It'll all be result and many allied trademarks, of course, which is Work Guard is one. My Work Guard is one of their trademarks. They're quite a lot now.
There's a load of stuff on the roof as well. I want a better look at that in a minute. How do you see the roof? Did you do that? No,
no idea.
Did you do this? No, that's a pretty good camera angle. That's terrifying, actually. Makes me feel a bit sick, but there you go. That one I won't be able to see anything because that's like from the moon. I'll try and find something eventually. What we do have on this track, which we don't have on many others, is this. It's the curb cam. This is... we're going to get run over. Ah! Right, ow. Okay. Yeah, ow. Oh, that ruined my haircut. There we go. Here we go. Right, I like that camera. Sam Boozin did that a long time ago, and it's still good now. We have a new driver, Alan. I'm going to try and find
exciting.
him. He's in the pits, so we can't see him, so we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the standings. Where are we? Let's go and find the standings for a start. That would always help. So, pro standings we'll start with. Oh, no. We need to tantalise both the drivers and the general public watching with this. Now, woe yourself, yeah, because it's just...
Oh, we should have warned me, Pete, honestly.
Sorry. I came out of left field with it, and it's just so gorgeous that it's going to be a shock to you. 100% plastic. I was going to polish it the other day, but I didn't know whether it would just disintegrate. But it's the perfect champion's prize for whoever lifts the pro trophy. I don't think we're going to get an AM overall winner, so it will be whoever lifts the pro trophy. And we'll go and talk about that now while people just drool in general at that magnificence. I might take another picture where it make it look a bit bigger. But, you know, some is good, therefore bigger is better, right? You know.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so after last week, which was a romp. Where were we? I've forgotten already. Was it Silverstone? No, that was the week before. It was Virginia, wasn't it? It was VIR,
Virginia.
And it was a very drama-ridden race. Quite a lot of incidents, and unusual for these guys, Alan.
Yes, but a very dangerous circuit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's got danger built into every little bit of it, that circuit. Yeah, and this one can have as well if we're not careful.
It's not too dissimilar. This track lulls the unsuspecting into a crash of their own making, with a very little warning. Yeah, and after Virginia, we have Sam Blees leading the way. He is 110 points in the lead, which is nothing. It's literally one race win over Miguel Freitas on 662 points. We're on the column on the right, folks. The drop rounds are effective now. Stephen Walker did a very, very good job at Virginia. He was so rapid, it was just eye-watering. 607 points, so he's very much in it. Spencer McCarthy, who is here today. He wasn't here last week on 593. Spencer wasn't here last week, was he? I don't remember saying his name. I don't know now.
Was me? I think he was.
Do you think he was?
Yeah.
Maybe I've got that wrong then. Never mind. He's in fourth. Oh, there was a big crash that I've just seen on my other screen, but we'll talk about that later. It's probably wobbly. David Johansson, Jamie Jeffrey in fifth on 565, very much still in it. Second place is very much within the reach of the top, I would say 6 at the moment. And David Johansson in sixth, still holding strong there in sixth place, 551 points. Flashy Elmore on 500 points. And Jamie Wilson on 446 in eighth. Wobbly in ninth on 414, and 10th is Jay Corley on 408. It's quite tight actually, still, isn't it, Alan?
No, I think it is. There's a lot of people on 500 points and thereabouts, and that's good driving there to score that many points. Let's face it.
Well, for a while I thought Sam Blease was going to romp away with the entire thing, but he's not been allowed to. He's had a few rough deals, and people have made it difficult for him. And that's just making for a nice, healthy league, in my opinion. Okay, let's look at the AM standing.
And Stephen, as well as that, started to have very good results, and you can expect Spencer to do the same. So, you've seen the way Stephen's run up the ranks. This can happen. People start to throw a few good results together because, like you say, it's close.
Yeah, and Stephen Walker's fast here as well. So I think, and Miguel is. So I think things are going to change after the season if the practice session is anything to go by. Right, AM class. Tony Walker at the minute is head and shoulders above everybody else on 511 points. It doesn't take a genius to work out that he would actually be very well suited to the pro category. And there are those discussions going on. Tom Woodcock is his closest rival on 373. That's a pretty big lead though, isn't it, Alan?
It is, but they've both been driving well. Everyone's been driving well in this top 10 of the AMs, actually. But, Tony's been outstanding, hasn't he? He's just had an outstanding season.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. Roger Morton doing probably one of the best seasons I've seen him do, to be honest.
I think so. I think so, Pete.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's took a step up, hasn't he?
I think so, yep. Can't argue. I wouldn't argue with that. 344 points. JB Dejoux in fourth, again having a solid and stellar performance on 342, just 2 points behind third place.
2 points.
Oh, dear.
Goodness me.
PVG, Pete Van Gool, on 317 points in fifth. And just look at that, the points there. That's the effect of the drop week right there. So without his drop week, he was on 316. With his drop week taken into account, which also takes into account the incident points that you accrued in that drop week, he's on 317. And there you go. That's the effect of using one drop week's worth of points adjustments. And then Ika Leiku in 6th on 227. Arnaud Chenonnier in 7th on 200. Matt Flannery is 8th. Chris Needham is 9th. And Kylie Haddington, with no spins to his name at all this season, is rounding out the top 10 at the moment, Alan.
Fantastic driving. Well done, Jason. That's what we like to see. I mean, top 10 performances, and that's not been easy because there's some quality in that Anfield.
Yes, there really is. Let's talk about the team standings, shall we? So, it was Hydra Race, Geodesic Racing absolutely romping away with the entire thing at one point. But Spectre 6 have very much reduced that gap. They are only 74 points behind, which, as I said before, since you get 100 points for winning, they're not that far behind. Even Sim Racing Grid are still in with a shout of second place, if not first. Then there is a big jump, isn't there, back to Safeguard by result on 781. And rounding out the top 5 in this is BSTV Esports Pink. But
I think we've seen that reflected in the results, though, haven't we?
Oh yeah, definitely. definitely.
It's been quite dominant. Spectre 6 and Hydra Race have been amazingly dominant. But, considering how many drivers Sim Racing Grid have got, they score a lot of points.
They do. Yeah. They got 3 in use. You can have 3 drivers in this league now, but only 2 each week will score. The highest 2 in your team will score. Right. Driver of the meeting. One of the most coveted prizes in all of racing, not just sim racing. This one's primo up there. And Tony Walker is joint top with JB Dijou and Roger Morton. There's going to have to be a decider before we get to the end of the season, but we've got plenty of races to go before that happens. And then in joint 4th place is Miguel, Kevin, Jamie, Pete Van Gool, Sam Blees, Jake Corley, Andrew McKinley, and Stephen Walker, with Spencer McCarthy also getting a point. And that says to me, Alan, that there's a lot of people having very good seasons.
Yes, indeed. And a lot of 1-pointers. People have to drive well to get a point. To get a vote. There's only 2 a week, and it just shows you that the people who have really been outstanding.
Yep, absolutely.
Very exciting.
Yeah, just lost you there on the box again. I think
I lost you before as well.
Oh dear! I hope Discord's not playing this game again. We'll hope that it resolves itself, because I don't know how to fix it. So, the Sir Alan's Safe Driver Award is next, and Sam Blees, not just topping the charts on points, Alan. He's also topping the charts on incidents per turn. Quite remarkable, really.
How'd you do that exactly?
It's got to be cheating, hasn't it? It's a safety hack or something. Wobbly's got a grip hack, and Sam Blees has got a safety hack. Jamie Wilson rocking it in 2nd place, with JB Dijou in 3rd, and that demonstrates to me that our choices for driver of the meeting are very well placed, because if you look at that, we've given points to those guys in driver of the meeting as well. So it's a well-rounded package you get with the BSTV honours, isn't it, Alan?
Yes, I think that's. I haven't seen that before, but you're right. It reflects it very well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so,
it just goes to show you. But it just goes to show you that these guys are competitive. They're going out there to race. They race hard, but they don't make that many mistakes. I get more points going out the pits than these guys get in the race.
Yeah, I don't think I'm any different. So let's go back to the practice session, which is still running. It's got 2 minutes to run. Our new boy Loic still isn't on track. He must be saving himself for the qualifying run. We have got some other drivers on track at the minute. Spencer McCarthy back in the normal white paint after the troubles last week. Tom Woodcock's out here as well. Some putting up very, very quick times. Wobbly's topping the charts, as you can see, in the pits at the moment. Stephen Walker and Miguel Freitas, as I mentioned before, not that far behind if you look at that, half a second off Wobbly's time. But practice is practice, isn't it? It doesn't always reflect what they can do on a one hot lap or in the race. We will go on board with somebody, but we'll save that to qualifying. Anything else we need to mention? Oh yeah, so we've got 22 gladiators this week. We knew already that we were not going to have Fiona, because she's banging a drum this week at Sheffield Steelers. And Jamie Wilson had a conflict of calendars for this one, and a couple of other people had reasons not to be here this week. So, but still, 22 cars, about even rather, in terms of the pro and am split, Alan.
Yes,
there's about an even number of each there.
I'd like. Well, look at the way that the times are splitting up. It's a self-sorting system.
It kind of is. Tony Walker is the fly in the ointment, really, isn't he? He generally pops himself somewhere in the pro category. So we might have to review that at some point.
Well, we've seen these guys qualifying in the top 10. Some of them, so hello.
Yeah, that was Tom Woodcock. He's got to
Wobbly, as we know, has become a bit of a setting hot lap specialist and trying to get in front on the qualifications so that he can drive away in the sprint race. and show them all a clean pair of heels.
Yeah.
So we know he will be trying hard during this session.
And he was first out of his pit box as well. As everybody comes piling out of the pit lane there, I've got a good camera on that one for this track.
Great
I like
shot.
that. Yeah, very nice. We shall have a look at this boy. So this is our new lad.
Nice paint.
Yeah, Loic Ponault. He is French. We've had a few French drivers in our leagues before, and they have all been very, very fast. He's got 2 years under his belt in iRacing, but that means nothing. He's got a very high I rating for an AM class driver, and he is in the AM class. I need to sort out his banner a little bit because he's got his own banner showing under there as well. So I need to sort that out. But he is sporting the orange number board and orange banner, which denotes an AM class driver. Let me talk you through the other ones whilst I'm here. So if you see a blue banner like Jamie Jeffrey is sporting, that means that they're in the pro category. And if you were lucky enough to have won a previous season like Sam Blease has done, and you are an ex-champion, then your board will be blue probably, although Chris Needham's isn't, because I think he's in the AM class. But your background behind your name and your number on your sideboard will be bright yellow, and that denotes our previous champions, of which Sam is one, Stephen Walker is one, there he is, Chris Needham, I still haven't figured that one out, have I? Still not got that one showing properly. Right, I'll sort that out. So those are the three that are in here at the minute. Obviously we've had a lot more than that over the years, but those are the guys still racing with us at the moment. One person back with us this week, Alan.
Hello.
Can you guess who it is?
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Oh, it's Russell Cowell.
No. Very nice. Well, we like to see Russell. It's great whenever he turns up.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so, yes, and, sorry, Loic. Where's the Loic gone? Loic, where are you, mate? Oh, we've got another driver just joined. Alejandro
Fancy
Silva.
paint. Russell's got some fancy paint on there.
He has, yeah. He's got the Spectre Solo paint on. I think it might be his own making. I'm not sure. It looks very good. I like it. It's got a cyberpunk-esque look to it. So Loic, just going back to that, he is racing under the team name of Boots and VDS by Undercut. Hopefully he'll win the race, and then we can have a chat with him, and he can tell us all about it. Or he can just join us anyway, even if he doesn't win. So who's on here? Oh, he's got a fan already. So Jeremy Bonsusodo. That's probably said wrong, and my apologies, Jeremy. We do butcher names on BSTV because we are terrible at saying them. But if you want me to say it right, then let me know how you say it.
You can try good evening in French. I'm sure you can do that.
Bonsoir, isn't that right?
There you go. There you go. After your world travelling today, Pete, honestly.
I know. Well, I went to Italy. I flew over France at some point, I'm sure. But yeah. Dan's on the chat. Evening. You should come racing with us, mate. It gives you something to do on a Wednesday night. And David E, do I plan a season with GT cars? Right, so that lends to a different series of questions, I think. So in the background, for those of you that don't know, we ordinarily run. Let's find a Tony Walker to run with for a second or two. Let me. I need to be on this, don't I? There we go. I'll just click the right button. Ordinarily, alongside TCRs, we run V8s, which is a V8 ESC. It's been running for 8 years. That's real life years, not like 8 iRacing seasons. It's been going a very, very long time. It's got massive pedigree, and it is the ultimate V8 league in the Northern Hemisphere in our time slot. That one's on a bit of a hiatus at the second because it's between seasons, and we're shortly going to be launching a new one around about the end of March. Also, at the same time, we run Clio Cup. It's going to be going into its second season. That also needs to be written in stone, but as of tonight's conversation with Alan, it seems like it will be more of a reality than even I thought it was. And then GT3, which is what we're talking about from Davey D, we used to run GTCC. It was a very, very well attended race series. It came with its own sense of controversies with individual drivers influencing that, and we ended up dropping it for that reason. That doesn't mean that we won't start something again. The only issue we've got at the moment is BSTV staffing. So at the moment there is only me doing broadcasts with Alan, of course, and if Alan wasn't here, then it would be awful. If you were just listening to me, this would be the worst broadcast ever. But Alan's here, so brilliant. So yes, there's some logistic requirements needed in order to have a fourth series. Bonsado, is that how he said it? Bonsado, thank you, Dan. Love it. You've helped me out immensely there. So Jeremy Bonsado, who is Loics fan. Why am I just watching a car parked at the side of the road?
Why is the car parked at the side of the road?
I know, yeah. Dan literally got home 10 minutes ago. I think that's the state of his Wednesdays, so he isn't going to be able to do this league. So that's fair enough, isn't it? You know. Right, let's have a look at the track map and let's have a look at the standings. And we're going to go and find car number 1. It's Sam Blees, and we're going to jump on board with car number 1. This one? Yeah. Right, so you come out of Casio Triangle. I know. He's hugging the wall. He's doing some wall drafting, and it does work. He's going to strike it down this very, very long start-finish straight, and into what is very cleverly called first corner. Welcome to Japan. Then we head up the hill, and turns here in Japan are always named in sequences, not in terms of turn names, although some are. This is the snake that we're making our way through. This is what I was talking about before, where you get offline once, you are offline 100% of the rest of the time until the sequence finishes in 2 more corners, and this is the final portion of it. This long left-hander that doubles up on itself is Dunlop, and he's right on the edge of it, and that's probably fast, because that's what you want to be doing. And then we head over the crest of this hill to the Degners. This is Degner 1. He's taking a lot of curb there, and you need to, and a lot of curb here helps you as well. He's not taking any. Don't run off too wide, because that'll get you a 1x. That was Degner 2. We head down towards the hairpin, which has been very cleverly named as hairpin. And right round we go. Then we go down through the sweeping right-hander, which is 200R. And this goes on forever, but it's a good drafting opportunity. You run it out wide and then cut it back to get the most optimal and shortest in inverted commas line before you get into spoon curve. This is a killer. It is 2 different turns, one more sharp than the other. Second gear usually when you're leaving the spoon curve, and then you are on the back stretch, which has an alternative pit, so Pete has to remember not to pit in here. And then you're heading rapidly forward to 130R, which is this unbelievably fast left-hander which kills so many people. Too much curb on the left gets you upset. Too much curb on the right these days will kill you. And then you fly towards Casio Triangle again, which is a very, very tight chicane at the end of the lap, and then back on the gas, take a bit of curb. It's okay if you do that. Pit lane entry is just on the right there for when they do that in the second of tonight's races, and that's a lap around Suzuka,
Alan. Well done. Yeah, what a lap as well.
Yeah.
Did you see the way he took those bends? That was so beautiful, wasn't it? But 130R, it's isn't it a treat?
Oh,
it's great. Yeah. You know, I'm too scared to go through there with my eyes open now. So it's very exciting. It is, and the whole lap was very exciting. But it's a lot harder than he made it look, folks. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
He made that look straightforward, and it is far from straightforward. But it is really delicious, and in these cars, it's a treat.
So I've got concerns about Stephen Walker. I think he's got tech issues. His was the car that was parked at the side of the road. Now he's just rejoined the session and the pits. So that's not looking good for him. He's not got long. He's only got like 5 minutes to do a lap.
Now, didn't he have a problem last week?
He did.
Steve?
He did.
Oh, I hope this isn't coming to haunt him.
And Wobbly did as well, if you remember. He had a glitch
Yes.
that spat him off stage left, and it got him in the
Yes.
second race. So, our race weeks, folks, for those of you that are new, like Jeremy, come in 2 races. The first, which these guys are qualifying for right now, is a sprint race. It's 20 minutes. 20 frantic minutes of racing. These are heat races as well. After that 20-minute race, you score points just like you normally would. You score points for leading laps up to 3. You score points for your position in the race. And you score points for fastest lap and for qualifying on pole. Whoever finishes 15th, it is 15th, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Will end up on pole for the second of tonight's races, which is a 40-minute race, twice as long. These guys are on 35% fuel, which means for the first race, they don't need to pit. For the second race, they will have to pit, otherwise they're not making it. And we've had a few people who've run out of fuel already this season, coughing over the line and such. There are certain tracks you can no-stop it, but it's a gamble, and it's not proved to be the most effective way to get round to the end of the race. So, pit lane
hard on the nerves as well, Pete.
Very hard on the nerves, yes. Yeah, me and you have been like, what is he doing? I don't know what's going on. Right, Kevin's PC is having issues. Oh no, so Kevin is also in trouble. He's not in the session at the minute, I don't think. I can't find him anyway. Right.
Mr. Daniels, come along now.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Dash and Racing, that's one of my ex-teammates. Is watching, so good evening.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Any updates on supercars? I think I just gave the update, so you're gonna have to rewind the YouTube video that you're watching and listen again. It's gonna be back in at the end of March. Excuse me. Oh dear. Just 1 minute.
Absolutely.
Haven't I wet my whistle?
Yes, indeed. We need your whistle in good order, Peter.
I certainly do. Yeah,
notice that Wobbly's leading now.
Yeah.
He's got nearly half a second.
He does, yeah. Sorry, I've just realised that my Dash Hound teammate, ex-teammate, when I was in Phantom 71, I didn't name. It's Stephen Phillips from V8. Hence him asking why, what about supercars. Right, so we think there's a few people. Oh, Aaron Bentley. Can someone click that damn... I would if I could, honestly. It's the agree button on the website. I can do it as a screen print, but when I go and show the actual live website to give you the greatest and most up-to-date statistics, it comes up every single time. So apologies, Aaron. There's quite a few people on the chat tonight. Give us a like, folks, if you like what you're seeing and hearing. Or do what Wobbly does and give us a dislike. Either way, it gets us more rating. Let's have a look at Loic. Here he is. It's a lovely paint job, this. It's nice.
No, I do like his livery very much. Well, you know, the orange and black is my work guard scheme.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, I've got an affinity for this anyway.
Yeah. That's a nice car. Another one in the Elantra.
Yes, well, you can blame him. It's a fantastic car.
I know, yeah. It's a car of choice at the minute. There's only a few Velosters. There's only one Audi normally, and it's Iker Leku who's driving that. He's doing really well with it, though. You saw his name in the standings earlier. And he's doing a pit lane practice, and I would heartily recommend it here. It looks like a simple pit lane entry. Honestly, it isn't. That needs a little bit of practice, and he's done very well there. If he can repeat that in the actual race, he'll do very well. Wobbly's doing practice starts. He's just finished. Miguel's doing a cool down. Everybody else is stopping. This is a heat race, folks, so if you're not on a lap now, there is no point in you doing one as Loic crosses the line. He did improve on that lap, a 2:15.34. You can see how far off the leader there they are in the timing tower on the left. Pete Van Gool, Alan. Look at that.
That's fantastic.
Isn't it just?
Well, Pete's a fine driver, but he's really found his feet in the car now.
Yes. Yeah, and he's showing that his I rating isn't necessarily reflective of his ability to race in leagues. We often get caught out like this, folks, where... Oh, Valentine, yes. So Loic's brought his entire fan army with him, so Valentine Bonnie is now in the chat. Oh, right, I need to do a little bit.
That's fantastic. Oh, lovely to have so many guests. Welcome all.
Yeah, welcome.
Very welcome, my friends.
Yeah, if you want to.
This is my Wednesday night out. They let me out on Wednesday night to come and sit next to Pete.
Yeah.
And try and distract him.
And you do it so well. So, your starting grid will be Wobbly. Will go off first for BSTV Esports Pink on a 2:12.911. That is super fast. Miguel Freitas joins him in his Honda. So that's 2 Hondas on the front row. In second place for Impulse Racing. Sam Blees will be third for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Jamie Jeffrey will be fourth for Coupes and Convertibles. Matt Elmore will go off fifth for Spectre 6. Spencer McCarthy will go off sixth for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. David Johansson off seventh for Sim Racing Grid. Eighth will be Tony Walker for Spectre 6. Ninth will be Carl Hardy for Safeguard. Pete Van Gool will go off 10th for Result Clothing. So let me get a better camera for you folks while I'm doing this. Where was I? Oh yeah. Russell Cowell will go off 11th for Spectre Solo. And for those of you wondering why every time we either show him or talk about him,
please wait, mate, we're racing.
That happens. You'll have to go back 3 or 4 seasons to find out why. Kevin Daniels will go off 12th for Sim Racing Grid. 13th will be Jay Corley. 14th will be David Corpus for Lurchus Academy. JB Jeju will go off 15th for BSTV Pink. Tom Woodcock will go off 16th for Sim Racing Grid. 17th will be Loic Ponault for Boots and VDS by Undercut. Chris Needham will go off 18th for Air Smart Racing. Ika Lakey off 19th for Lurchus Academy. Matt Flannery off 20th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Kylie Haddington will go off 21st for Air Smart Racing. If you want to know why that is, I'll tell you later. Alejandro Silva Carrido will go off 22nd for Lurchus Sim Racing. And Stephen Walker, we hope he joins the grid. He's next champion. Will go off 23rd and last after we think he had a technical issue for Spectre 6.
Touching wood for Stephen.
Lights are coming on. We're focused on Miguel.
Green, green, green.
And we are go for this sprint race. 20 minutes of intense TCR racing.
Ooh.
We're already...
big statement already by Wobbly.
Yep. Yeah. And Sam Blees, he's gone round the outside. He's gone right round the outside, and he's going to be in a good place here, potentially. Everybody else is in good order. We're going to have to watch this because it's right at the front of the field. And Wobbly's going to get this done now, I think. No, he's not. Tell you what, that Elantra, it looks planted already, and this is with cold tyres. Too wide.
I think the Elantra really suits this course as well, to be honest, Pete. You know,
yep.
Even I can hustle the car around here.
Oh, Wobbly's lost it.
Oh, no, that's expensive.
Yeah, he got Dunlop, the start of Dunlop, very wrong, and he's lost 12 places.
That's expensive in this 20-minute race because nobody's giving places up. Oh, no, dear me.
And that was a blue on blue. I think that was Wobbly on JB, and JB's out in traffic. I'm sure there's some choice words being hurled around at the minute.
Bit of heartbeats going, but both survived.
Yeah, actually probably not in this league because it's a very, very friendly league. Right, let's have a look at what's going on further forward. So, at the moment, Sam Blees has got himself from third into first. There's a little bit of shuffling going on behind, but not a great deal. Really? Spencer McCarthy goes super wide at Spoon. That was unexpected, that. Was it a sacrificial 1x, do you think, to get a mega run onto this straight? Because I've seen people do that before, Alan.
Yes. Well, if you're looking for smart manoeuvres and thinking driving, Spencer's your man.
Yeah. Curb cam. This is going to be exciting. This is good. Somebody went too wide into 130R. Must be mad.
This is fast track, and these guys will get the chance to use their pace, and we've got some very fast drivers.
Yes, we do. Stephen Walker already making his way through. That looks like Loic. Sorry, fans of Loic. He's clearly lost it going into 130R. We'll have another look at that.
Come on, lad.
This is, he's back running. I hope he didn't hit anything. Kevin Daniels has gone to pit road for some reason. It
Oh,
must be
he
the
just
technical
missed it
issue.
on the outside.
Don't hit anything. Come on, Loic. Don't hit anything. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, just a little touch. I think he'll be okay with that.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
That's a very dangerous. We've all been there, haven't we? That reverse over into the wall can be very hard sometimes. I do hope he got away with that. It looked like he did.
Yeah, Sambly's losing his tyres. He's losing the back end going through the first part of the snake, and he's about to go from first to third.
That's fantastic driving by Miguel.
And by Jamie Jeffrey, who's just
and Jamie just absolutely not going to ignore an opportunity like that, is he?
No.
He's all racer from head to toe.
Right,
and,
so...
leap in. Goodness me.
I know.
Well, this is very exciting stuff already, Pete. I'm not sure I can endure any more. Honestly, my little heart, my head's spinning.
Pass me the blood pressure pills again, will you? So, Spencer McCarthy looks very, very dangerous, as in a threat to the front here. He's caught with this first group of 3. I know they've been scrapping, so they've moved backwards to him, but even then, you know, he's still doing well. Where's Wobbly ended up? Wobbly has ended up way back here in 12th. He's got Jay Corley in front of him. He's got oh no, it's David Corpus behind him. I always get caught out with PVG's old livery. And Stephen Walker is just picking people up and throwing them over his shoulder at the minute. So whatever ailed him at the start or in qualifying, he's got rid of that.
Let's just hope that stays away, because it's great to see Stephen driving. He's an ornament to any track, and we see him drive through the field, and even on a short race like this, he's set about it like he really means it.
Yeah, I think Kevin got a drive-through for something, maybe jumping the start, as Wobbly gets underneath Jay Corley there and is away. Nice overtake that.
Oh, we've got 2 of the leading drivers trying to do a drive through the field, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be good.
This is the kind of track you want to see them doing it, because it's very hard to defend on here. There's plenty of room, and there's plenty of good places to attack.
Yeah, David Corpus is having what is this camera doing? Why are we stood in a different country watching this? He's doing this. David Corpus has got underneath Jay Corley, but I don't think he's going to make this stick. Jay Corley's got the favourable line, nearly a little bit of a hip check, but he didn't touch. So
Such a wicked bit of road.
Yeah, very. This could be interesting. This is the 2 Hydro Race geodesic cars. Now, for those watching and you think, oh, it's 2 teammates, this is going to be boring. No way. These 2 go at it, hammer and tong. They turned up for a race, they paid for a race, and a race they give each other every single time. So...
Oh, this is great to see Spencer getting his racing.
Oh, a slow down for Sam, please.
Oh
dear.
Oh, Sam's really been on the wrong side of this stuff just at the moment.
He really has had a couple of races with bad luck. David Johansson doing a really good job here. We've seen him lurking around the top 5 virtually every single race week.
David's fantastic driver, isn't he? He's quiet, you know. He quietly slips around, but he's got so much pace. He can be confident that he's never going to get dropped. And then he just quietly circulates and doesn't really catch the eye. And then suddenly, bang, 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 it's there threatening the lead.
Yep. Another Loic fan. We better show you Loic's car, because there's so many fans in the chat at the minute. He is recovering. He's made his way back up to 20th. I think he was last, other than Kevin Daniels. So he's made his way past a couple of people already. Oh dear, who was that? It's Pete Van Gool. And that was a big hit. So he's done, I think, exactly what Loic did.
He's looking to drive back to the pits.
Yeah, he's going to find that troublesome. He's going to have to be very careful what happens here. He's going to scoot across. Cars get a fast repair, only 1 per race. And he's going to try and use this here. He's done very, very well to carefully get into pit road. He'll probably get a penalty for cutting across the white lines, but that's the least of his worries. He's done very well to avoid anything naughty there. Jay Corley and David Corpus. And that is Stephen Walker behind them, as Wobbly and Russell Cowell get at it.
Great control there. Goodness me, that could have been seriously amiss. But no, beautifully held, and these guys have got the skill, but you need it on this place.
Yeah.
I was thinking about what you said about the section after the hairpin.
Yeah.
That hairpin's wicked, but that section after it looks innocuous. It's the most innocuous bit on the track. It's got lethal camber.
It really does. You're absolutely right. It lulls you in and spits you out with bubbles. As these two go double wide through the whole of the Dagners, I don't know who's got the suicidal tendencies, but I think it might be Stephen Walker. Maybe you can answer this, because David Ayres has got a free pass from Scary Mary, apparently. And he's asking, why is there no Roger tonight?
I don't know.
Ah, right, okay. Thought you might be in the know.
Yes.
Right.
I don't know where we got our Roger.
Loic has picked up a place, and this is how he did it. I'm going to show some of these so that... how did he do it? There's no Alejandro Silva Corrida anywhere near him on this shot. Let me go to... Oh, there he is. Oh, so Alejandro had a bit of a tough corner, apparently. And that's how Loic got past there. Unlucky for PBG, says David Ayres. Absolutely. We'll have another look at that, because I think it's going to be a carbon copy of what happened to Loic. Here we go. Let me show you this, as everybody goes piling into everywhere. It might be a tyre off on the right. Now, people used to do that to try and cool that side of the tyres down, but I think he's going to get curb here, and it's going to rotate him. Yes. And that's a much harder hit than Loic got, and it broke.
That's the classic.
It is
That's
a classic.
Classic.
That's what I do 99% of the time that I race this track.
Yeah, it's a regular, crops up regularly in practice for me, and quite often in the races as well. It's a very dangerous corner.
Yeah.
But let's face it, you've got to go flat round there, and if you're not, well then, you're a lily-livered coward.
Awesome. Oh. No one, Stephen's caught it. So David Corpus giving Stephen Walker something to seriously think about.
Crikey.
I know, that's getting a bit more than Rubbins Racing. That's something for Madison Square Gardens, I think. Hopefully they'll sort that out between them before it turns to tears.
It's very exciting.
Roger's on. He's got man flu, which, as everybody knows, is a killer.
Oh, my poor mate. Oh, dear. Don't
So
like that.
we hope you recover from that very quickly and get back racing with us. So these two fighting are going to bring Loic back into things, because this is Chris Needham and Matt Flannery, who are often on the same bit of track these days. And that's Loic in the background just there. Right, so...
Well, Matt did another great qualifying, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And look where he is. He's running in these top five so regularly now. I'm getting used to it. I don't want to, because I want to celebrate it, because it's a fantastic thing he's doing.
And yeah, he's got off the flashy button because he's having to concentrate, as is Matt Elmore. And so, Scary Mary's sat next to David Ayres, so I think he's at risk. In fact, he said he's trying not to make any sudden movements.
Yes, he'll be trembling.
Now, Sam Blease has finally caught up with the back of this lead group and brought Carl Hardy with him.
Yes, well, Carl's been quietly working his way up.
Yeah.
He has. I think he was just outside the top 10 in quali, but he's in 7th place now and chasing Sam. Well, that's very good performance. To make any places in this field is good.
Yeah, as Wobbly ticks one off, so that's him up to 8th. Roger says that he needed to give Carl a chance. And that isn't an exaggeration, actually, is it?
That's very nice of him.
It's very benevolent.
Well, we're tight.
Right, so flashy Elmore under a lot of pressure from David Johansson.
Well, David knows how to apply pressure as well, doesn't he? He's very skillful, and we've seen him do this before, where he could just puts his nose out and puts you in the mirror, and he's just there, and you're very aware that he's dangerous right behind you.
Yeah, very much so. Just to remind you that this boy is in this race. This is Big Miguel Freitas. He's doing what we've seen him do in previous seasons in races, and he is checked out. He's got himself a 2-second lead. That's a bit super wide. He's probably going to get a 1x for that, but nothing more. As Stephen Walker puts JB Dejoux behind him.
Well, of course, we've seen Wobbly doing this drive off the front, get a good qualification, but Miguel's done it from third place on the grid, hasn't he? And
he really has, yeah.
It's great driving by him. I love to see him driving well because he's a fantastic, lovely human being.
He is. Such an asset to this league.
Look at Jamie sticking in second place as well. This is a great drive by him.
He had a brilliant week. Was it the week before last he got a win? Was it a win?
Was it last week? Wasn't it last week? Mind you.
Was it last week? Oh, no, it was. Yeah, you were. You're right. It was last week.
Yes.
These weeks go so fast when I'm jet setting all over you.
Well, you're jet setting around, you see. I'm not, you see. I'm sitting there in the living room playing golf or standing in the living room playing golf.
Kevin Daniels on a massive recovery drive. He's caught the end of the field now, which is brilliant. Jason Haddington is his first target. If he gets close enough, then his...
Come on, Kylie.
Yeah, his aura will make Kylie spin round. And that's Alejandro Silva Corrida in front of the two of them. We're going to have to move forward to see what's happening with Jay Corley, because he's back in the traffic with Stephen Walker. Stephen Walker nearly back on terms with David Corpus, who he had a bit of a to-do with at this point in the track about 2 or 3 laps ago. So we'll keep a watching brief on that for you. Through the Degners, everybody goes. Carl Hardy just dropping astern of this little battle at the moment here. Right, we're going to go back to this because Stephen Walker, his next target is David Corpus. Hopefully they've verbally sorted out whatever was going on before. We'll come back when he's a bit closer because Matt Elmore is getting the pressure piled all over him at the minute by David Johansson. And that is Sam Blease that's caught the pair of them. So I think this is going to be a pressing issue.
It's good news for Miguel.
Oh, very good news for Miguel. He's stretching his legs here, 2.5 seconds now.
These are all worried about each other, and you can understand why when you see who it is.
Yeah.
I'd be worried if I was in there as well, but I'd have good cause.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some real quality class of the season drivers breathing down Miguel's neck.
Yeah, and this little train that Jamie Jeffrey was driving at the head of, which was a train of 2, is suddenly a train of 5 with no notice whatsoever. We're going to go back here because Stephen has now caught the back of David Corpus's car, probably a bit too rapidly from what I just saw. He had to get out of it. So this might come to something at the same point on the track that they had a bit of a to-do before. We're going to have to go to the top 4 again because they are back together and pushing each other around. There's a little gap in front of Flashy at the moment.
Oh, they've got Carl's struggling to hang on, and Carl's got plenty of pace around this circuit, and these guys are really stretching that little lead, and he'll be trying his absolute hardest to stay with this group. But the basic pace of it, that couple of tenths a lap, just builds up and builds up.
Oh, we're back at it. We're back at it with these two. We'll give that a little look in a second. It was this. So we'll see what happened here. So back in the S's. Same place as previous. Oh, well, there was a bit of netcode in it, but I think that was going to happen either way. Stephen
Nobody was lifting.
No, Stephen stuck his nose in there, and the door was going to close. So let's go back and see what's happening with Loic. Now Loic's found Matt Flannery.
Well, this is a good opportunity for Loic to set a marker down because we know that Matt's a very good driver.
He is. He's a very, very solid defender of positions as well. Not in the fact that he does anything naughty, he's just very good at positioning his car. Right, so we'll go back to where Matt Elmore is, because he's still under pressure. This isn't going away, and he's shouldering it pretty well at the moment, but he is getting dropped from that two in front of him of Jamie Jeffrey and Spencer McCarthy. SDK has still got us 5 cars for second place. And the battle box in the bottom right of your screens. What's the odds on Wobbly punting Carl off at walk factor 9? Pretty high, I would think. Right, so Jamie Jeffrey, desperate to break the toe, has everybody on the wrong side of the track. That was funny. That was very funny.
Synchronized swerving.
Yeah. Right, so this is blue on light blue, I think, because this is Russell Cowell letting Stephen Walker go there.
I don't think you're going to stop Stephen Walker at the moment.
No, it's probably a wise option to get out of the way.
He's a man on a mission currently.
Very much is, yeah.
This is very intense at the front here. These guys are really trying to keep it tight. They're all absolutely on the edge.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if we're actually on the last lap or not. I think Miguel's going to get round for one more.
Right lap. Well,
maybe not.
It's tight.
I think he's going to be right on the bubble of it. So they've probably already had the white flag. If they're going to do anything, they need to do it now, obviously. If that is the case.
Miguel's got time in hand. It's whether Jamie and Spencer can be disturbed. I would say that's unlikely.
And Flashy's sorted himself out there. He's got himself the little glimpse of a gap. Oh, he did. It's gone now.
Well, we've got this. We've got the chicane, and that'll probably be the end of any chances. So.
Wobbly's bearing down on Carl Hardy now, so he'll want this to be the last lap, I think. Right, let's see if it actually is. Is he going again? No, he's winning.
Yes,
he's winning. So Miguel's
got checkered.
Yeah.
Oh, very good drive by Miguel.
Fantastic drive, that. Absolutely stunning. So there's still racing going on. Not in the top 5 anymore. They finished as they were.
Warm coming over the line.
Yeah. In fact, Loic is the one that's putting pressure still on Matt Flannery. I don't think he's going to get it done by the line, but you never know. He's trying to tuck it down the inside.
Yeah,
this is going to be close.
On the inside.
Oh, not quite.
Is he good? No.
No, not quite. Kevin Daniels.
Right.
Did
very brave
get
attempt, though. Lovely attempt, and great to see that. We like to see the racing.
Yeah, too right. Last car around will be Pete Van Gool after that 130R incident. He won't do that again, I don't think. Not in this race.
Well, he might, but, this is it. Typical gritty, determined, a finisher.
Yeah.
Well done,
Pete. Pete. Well done. Love it.
Yeah, we do. Well done, matey.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, what a race that was. Fantastic. What a kick-off to the evening. I love that. Oh, there's room on these. There's plenty of room for people to really have a go. And, and they were.
Well, unless your name's Stephen Walker and... excuse me.
Well, Stephen made some places.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunate start.
Yeah, Stephen Walker and David Corpus.
I tell you, set off the race in the best of moods, to be honest, having been kicked out of quali.
Yeah. There we go. Right, so your winner for Heat 1, which is actually race 15 of this season, of the TCR Challenge Cup, it was Miguel Freitas. We've seen it so many times before. Previous champion for Impulse Racing. Won by 3.7 seconds over Jamie Jeffrey for coupes and convertibles racing. Last step on the podium is given to Spencer McCarthy tonight for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. And then Matt Elmore finished 4th. David Johansson finished 5th. Sam Blees finished 6th. Carl Hardy was 7th. Wobbly was 8th. Tony Walker was 9th. Stephen Walker was 10th. 11th was Russell Cowell. We're racing Cowell. David Corpus finished 12th. JB Dejoux finished in 13th with Jay Corley 14th. Ike Leku is going to lead the field away in his Audi for the second of tonight's races, with Tom Woodcock finishing 16th. Chris Needham was 17th. 18th was Matt Flannery. 19th was Loic Ponault. Get that name right. Kevin Daniels was 20th. Alejandro Silva Carrida was 21st. If I can put my teeth back in and try that again. Kylie was 22nd, and PVG, Pete Van Gool, was 23rd. If it's only one crash that ends up putting you at the back of the field, it says that we've got a very, very strong field, doesn't it, Alan?
Well, we already knew that, didn't we? I'm sure the people who are watching realise the quality of the drivers we've got here, and it's fantastic to see them racing.
Yep, it's absolutely spectacular to see these guys race. Not a lot will come out for this little warm-up session in between these races because the track is a very long lap. You won't get round it very easily. We're practicing a bit of what we can do at 130R here with Tom Woodcock, and he might go for a pit lane entry.
Wow.
No, he's just...
we know that the pits are going to play a part in this second race, Pete. They always do.
Yeah, absolutely. This
pit lane is a mile.
Yes, it's a long pit lane. That is not the pit lane entry, folks. The pit lane entry doesn't include the orange running. But yes, this is going to be a defining factor, I think. It's a long pit lane. I don't know that anybody's going to try and no-stop it. I don't think it's an option because the rest of the track is so fuel heavy. Right, so what else is being said on the track? Pete Van Gool says, unlucky me. Yeah,
yes.
It's an easy thing to happen. Curb on the left or curb on the right at 130R, and it disturbs the car more than enough to end up in one barrier or the other.
Yeah, it didn't take very much to do it. About 4 inches of tyre, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're in deep poo. It's fantastic, though, that he does it. At least it's consistent, Pete. You know, it gets everybody.
Yeah.
Even somebody as skilled as these chaps can get caught out there. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. And he says happy not to take anyone with him, and that is a big thing actually.
Yes,
it's easy to come back across and be a wrecking ball at this track.
Very typical of the man to think that, though.
Right. So probably some practice starts for Tony Walker, or maybe just practicing his clutching or his lines into corners. He's out on track. That will change the standings somewhat because Sam Blease did not finish on the top spot. He was out of the podium positions, not far out, but it will have diminished his lead over Miguel. It will have enhanced whatever lead he had over Stephen Walker because Stephen finished in 8th place. But we've yet to see what Stephen Walker can do because he started from the... Did he start from the back? I think
he did start from the back, yes. And of course, you know, I mean, everybody drove well, so I don't think Sam will mind where he finished because he drove well in that race.
Yes,
he did. It was a tough race, and he was there with his buddy, and that was great to see them together as well on the track.
Yep, absolutely right. Right then, it's not going to be long before... Oh, right, that session's already gone, checkered. So I will aim to bring you your next grid once it's available to me to show you. Here we go. So I need to do a bit of this. There we go. Right, Ike Leku will lead us away for the second of tonight's races, a 40-minute race for Lurchis Academy. His reward for finishing 15th in race 1. Jay Corley will join him on the front row. Third will be JB Dejoux for BSTV Pink. David Corpus will go 4th for Lurchis Academy. Spectre Solo's only driver, Russell Cowell, will go 5th. Stephen Walker will go 6th for Spectre 6. That's harder to say than you think. His brother and teammate will go off on the row behind him in 7th. Wobbly will go off 8th for BSTV Pink. Carl Hardy will go off 9th for Safeguard. Sam Blease will go off 10th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. David Johansson will go off in 12th place. No, he won't. 11th place for Sim Racing Grid, with Flashy Elmore going off 12th for Spectre 6. 13th will be Spencer McCarthy for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, and with Jamie Jeffrey starting 14th for Coupes and Convertibles. 15th will be Miguel Freitas, our Race 1 tonight winner for Impulse Racing. 16th will be Tom Woodcock for Sim Racing Grid, with Chris Needham in 17th for Air Smart Racing, next to Matt Flannery in 18th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Loic Ponol will go off 19th for Bootson VDS by Undercut. 20th will be Kevin Daniels for Sim Racing Grid. Alejandro Silva Carrida will go off 21st for Lurch's Sim Racing. Air Smart Racing's Kylie Haddington will go off 22nd, and PVG, Pete Van Gool, will go off 23rd for Result Clothing iRacing Team.
Exciting.
Very
I
nice.
love these. I love these reverse grids. We get these fantastic battles through the field, and with this a bit of room here and the skill, I'm looking forward to this, because this will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that looks like a very nicely positioned grid. I've positioned the camera so that we can't see anybody flashing their lights. I know it's happening because they're too tempted. Lights are coming on. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Green flag, green
1.
flag.
We are go in our feature race, 40-minute race, mandatory pit stop, we think, and it's shuffling up already.
Good start by everybody, I think, though, Pete. There wasn't any stallers.
No, look at Ica go. What is wrong with that Audi? It's jet propelled.
Well, I'm expecting this to be tough for the guys chasing. Ica's fast.
No, yeah,
Jay's fast. These aren't going to give up their positions easily.
No.
I love this, because these guys in the...
David Corpus and I don't know who that was.
Gently, folks.
I think it wasn't Sam. David Corpus is out in the wild over here, through the kitty litter and into the barrier.
No. Come on, David.
Yeah, needs to get back on track. I think it was Tony Walker that he was battling with. It was definitely, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. We're going to have a look in a minute.
Okay.
Kylie appears to have been off as well, so we'll have to see what's going on there. Right, everybody's kind of sorted themselves out. Miguel's having a good look down the inside there of Flashy. Who's taken? He's not taking a defensive line. It's Miguel's taking an aggressive outside line. That's not going to work. It's too tight, that corner. He obviously thinks it does, though. Right.
He's gone round Jamie. Jamie's
Yeah.
This is a strong section of the field.
Very. It's going to be a tough journey to the front, actually. Oh, God.
Yeah. I think so.
Jay Corley out super wide with Stephen Walker desperate to get to the front. I don't know whether there was any touching, inappropriate or otherwise. As Ica Leiku is going to get himself a point for leading if he can hold it out for the next few corners.
Go on, Ica. Bring it across that line.
I don't know what he's put in that Audi, but I think it might be aviation fuel, because he is flying at the minute.
Well, he needs to. He's got some very, very fierce, fast drivers behind him, but I would love to see him cross the line in front. That was,
well, he is doing.
Because he took off like a hare.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful start, and he got away, and it's a lot going on in his mirror.
Yeah. David E says somebody did a jump start. I'm not sure who it was.
Somebody's well off the back. Is that Carly?
That's Kylie. Yeah, I'm going to look at that now. He had a bit of an off. I'm going to have to look at it very quickly because everybody's still battling. He's at the back of this group here. The yellow car.
Oh no!
Oh,
sideways.
right. So that's what happened there. That looks like Sam Bleeze's car. It's Sam Bleeze's car.
Yeah, Sam pulled up.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right.
Everybody's trying to do the right thing. Everybody's trying to do the right thing. There you go.
Yeah. David Corpus is in pit road at the moment, as is Kylie. They're both joining the track again, which is good to see. Right, so here we go. Miguel making his presence known there to, I was going to say Matt Elmore. Oh, it's Matt Elmore. Right, okay. And Jamie Jeffrey's lining Flashy up for an overtake as well. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's Miguel up to 11th from 15th. He's obviously super fast.
He's got fantastic. You know, he's got Matt Elmore and Jamie Jeffries there.
Yeah,
that's a very powerful trio, and I can see them moving up through the field together because I don't know how he split them.
No. Right.
So very interesting.
Whilst we were watching that replay, we missed the overtake for the lead as Iker got it a bit crossed up, just a little bit crossed up, not much. And around the outside into the snake went Stephen Walker, so that's that one sorted out.
Well, Stephen was getting plenty of practice through that section earlier, wasn't he?
He really was, yeah. Kylie's been off track again a little bit. Chris Needham's in the pits, burning.
Oh, that looks bad. Unless he's got his barbecue on.
No, that smells like either a 130R or a Degner crash. They're the two fastest places to kill your car. It's a Degner, and he's going to go into the inside wall. Bosh. Right, that's the answer to that one. Once he's towed, he will get a fast repair, and he will be able to rejoin us. Oh, Jamie Jeffrey, a bit offline, is getting all sorts of flashy attention. That's Carl Hardy that's crept up there as well.
But you've just got to get your line right through there, haven't you, Pete? So what you're saying, you know, it's so dangerous. If you get your line slightly off, you can't recover it without losing so much time. That's the thing. You have to do a massive lift, don't you? And that's suicide in this lot, to be honest.
It is. You end up being a rolling roadblock for about the next 3-4 corners as Wobbly dives underneath Jay Corley on a brilliant second Degner. And he's going to get that done before he even gets to the hairpin. That's nicely done. JB wants a slice of it, and he might get a slice of it as well. JB's followed his teammate through here. How can that Elantra push off the corner? Not as well as the Honda. Not as well as the Honda.
He got around there beautifully, though. There wasn't a lot of room, was there?
No. That was all about launch after that because he had the job done. Samblies that squeezed through on him there as well. This is still a huge train of cars for first place.
Yeah, the field is sticking together like glue, aren't they? There's a bit of drafting at this place, even with the low draft aspect of these cars now. There's a little bit here, and it's keeping the cars together very nicely. It's very exciting for us because look at this lot.
Stephen Walker is starting to gap the rest of the field already.
Well, it's very hard to bring Stephen back.
Jamie Jeffrey, he's had to bail out.
He's okay.
It's all happening at the moment.
There wasn't any flying metal, was there?
I don't think so. I've just chosen the wrong replay, but never mind. That was Jamie Jeffrey overtaking. Spencer overtaking. Right, so something went on with Jamie here. Did he get a tyre off? Or did he have to bail? Oh, he kind of ran into the back of whoever that was in front of him and then bailed. Right, okay.
Wasn't on the brakes early enough.
No.
A fraction late, that's all that was.
Yeah, not much to it.
Fractions. But this is a sport of fractions.
And he's found himself back in 17th place. So.
Well, Jamie likes a challenge.
Yeah.
And he's got one.
Furthest progressive driver at the minute is BVG. He started right at the back and he's making his way forward.
Jamie's got to get past Pete. Crikey, he's going to have his work cut out.
Yeah.
He's got a job on. Look at that is an in-depth midfield, and there's some very good drivers in there.
Yeah.
It's going to be sweaty for the lad.
Yeah, Jay Corley wanted none of this lot. He was stepping out of the way to try and not get caught up in whatever carnage he perceived was coming. Miguel's now around the outside of him.
Oh, it's just terrific. Look at this.
And look at this. This is a boy out all on his own.
Well,
Look at the gap. 4
Stephen's
seconds.
got a record of this, hasn't he? We've seen him do this time and again. And it doesn't seem to matter. Once he's found his pace, it doesn't seem to matter who you put in the field with him. He's capable of driving away from them.
Yeah, you can do a crossword right now before Wobbly gets here. So that's quite a gap now that Stephen's got. Too wide through 130R. That's going to be painful. I don't know who that was either. Oh, it's getting tasty. Jay Corley out of shape.
Ooh.
Oh, and it's a bit of a car park back here now. I can hear cars hitting each other.
Tough section.
Yeah.
People coming through late on the brakes.
And I wondered if this would happen. I wondered if Miguel would catch everybody on the hop and pit the car, and he has done. So he was in the midst of it all. And I'll tell you who else is in the midst of it.
5.
Loic Ponolt is up 7 places from his start position. He's in 12th.
That's great driving. I hope he's enjoying it, because we're enjoying seeing him out there with these cars.
He's actually
this is great.
Stayed out of the trouble and made his way through some of the crashes without actually collecting any incidents. He's doing really well.
He's got past Carl, and that's Carl will let you go by, but you're gonna have to work for it. He's clean, but he's determined.
Yeah.
So that's very fine driving.
Right, I'm going to show some more of these other either overtakes or incidents when I find them. That is. We saw that.
Very
one.
good. Well, that's definitely making a statement, getting past Carl at this stage of the race there.
Yes.
Because that's serious pace, and well done to the lad. It's great to see.
Yeah.
Even though he's overtaken my skipper.
Alejandro got a line pretty wrong there.
Stay away from that wall.
Yeah, nice recovery. Well done, Alejandro. He was in the kitty litter. If that was the old kitty litter, he'd have sailed straight through it, through the wall and out the stadium probably. Iker's doing an alright job here. He's been overtaken by some of the super fast guys, but he's holding his own. He's in 4th.
Well, he's doing his best. He's doing his good lap times, and he's keeping it on the road, and he's making them go past him. And that's all he can do. You know, he can just lay down his time, do his best, and force them to have to make a pass.
Right.
Not give it away.
Oh, right. So David E was saying that Kevin got a penalty for jumping the start in the first race. I could just chop the front off Spencer's car there. Spencer had no business being there at that point, as JB and Jay Corley. There's a few reacting now. Oh, crikey, there's loads reacting. Good grief.
I went in the pit. No. Yeah. That's that strong midfield we were just talking about.
Yeah, the whole thing just went in the pits.
The whole thing just went in the pits in a bunch. Yeah. Goodness me.
Miguel's made it a fashionable thing to pit at this point, in this particular race anyway.
He's been making it work.
Yeah, there's Loic starts piling the pressure onto Flashy Elmore.
It's going to have to fuel save though, you know, Pete.
What lap are we on? 6? I don't know. Well, maybe, yeah. But we know he can do it, so...
Yes, that's the thing. The confidence of the man to know that he can fuel save on this circuit against this crowd.
Well, he's come out quite a lot ahead of the people that have just pitted behind him, so JB is the first of them. There's a big gap now. Oh, Matt Elmore and Jay Corley. Jay files in. That was nice racing, actually, from the pair of them. That's Loic just behind these two. This is right back at the end of the field at the minute. This is Matt Flannery and David Corpus. David obviously been to pit road already to fix his car. He's going to have to probably pit again unless he can fuel save to the end. And Miguel Freitas is putting up purple sectors all over the place at the moment. So he is trying to counteract Stephen Walker's lead, and Wobbly is munching into Stephen Walker's lead. It's come down to 3.4 seconds. It was 4.2.
Wow, this is some kind of a race.
Yeah. And this, folks, is where me and Alan don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, we've got Stephen, Wobbly, Sam, Spencer, and we've got Miguel, and there's no saying, and now you've got these three disparate elements that will come back together.
Yeah.
They'll come back together, and there will be a reckoning.
Yeah, there will. So, David Johansen and Russell Cowell need to get a room as Jay Corley and Loic pile into the pits. They've reacted to what everybody else has been doing. You're going to have to keep watching these two. Not those two, these two. They are on the back of Iker, but messing each other's lines up at the moment. As Russell Cowell tries to do a dive on the inside of Iker. That'd have been send of the century if he'd managed that one.
Why didn't you get a bit closer, lads? Honestly.
Yeah, I know. There comes Loic out of the pits.
Right.
That's that group in front of him there, that big group.
Yeah.
Carl Hardy, Jay Corley. There's a bit of door banging going on in there with Carl Hardy.
They'll be enjoying this. There's a bit of scrap going on.
It's a bit mental, to be honest. Tony Walker.
There's Jamie catching them up. Nice, Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie's going to want to try and get past this lot with his pace.
Is. Yeah, he was much delayed, actually. Just as we go back to these two.
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Just seems to happen when he appears on the screen. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he's definitely racing, and he's got his hands full.
Yeah. Oh, Roger says Carl's doing crap, and he's very disappointed in him. Nothing like fighting talk, is there?
It's supporting his team leader, of course.
I know, yeah. And Shane Newport on the chat. So good evening to you. He's Jamie Jeffries' support group. He's not doing the best tonight, Jamie.
Well, he's got his work cut out.
Yeah,
he's got his work cut out there. But, it's fascinating stuff for us, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, blimey. Wobbly is also now setting up the lighting up the timing screens. 213.45. So
he's got the purple. He's got purple.
Yes,
so
he does. Yeah.
Emma and Miguel will probably be trading the laps, I would think, at this point, with Stephen.
Very likely.
With a little bit in reserve.
Yeah, David Johansen's gone to pit road. He didn't like the affections of Russell Cowell, or the other way around, rather.
Yes, well, I can well understand that.
Yeah, he's there at the moment. Fuel in the car. No tyres. Tyres last for about 3 hours, so 40 minutes is nothing.
David's made good use of pit stops before because he's very good at doing consecutive fast laps. He's another one of those who can put down these gold star laps.
This is going to be an interesting six-way battle, the one on the screen at the minute, because it's 3 AM class cars with JB, Tony and Pete Van Gool being chased down by 3 pro cars, Carl, Jay and Jamie Jeffrey. It's going to be a bit of a tasty.
They've been together for a while now, so the pace of the AMs isn't being overwhelmed by the pro drivers.
That's is that PVG's just
that's
taken out
PVG and Carl.
Or Carl, they've come together, rather. We will watch
just
that again.
Just a friendly tap.
Yeah, let's have a little look at that. I'm sure Roger and David Ayres are going to enjoy watching this.
Oh,
all right, so
Pete's got a bumper full, and then what happened to Carl?
Carl, I think he was trying to come back across, and obviously Pete's bonnet was there, so
that was very unfortunate. Contention.
Yep. Oh, what's going on here? All right, everybody's overtaking everybody, so this is all that's broken up this pack.
That's broken up our party.
Yeah.
Bar.
And the big winner at the minute is Jamie Jeffrey, who's gained about 4 places in about 6 turns, and he's about to get one more.
He'll be delighted because that was a big, hard bunch in front of him, and they were going to take some work, and they self-destructed partly. So that's made life a lot easier for Jamie, and he's going to be able to move forward and press his case somewhat. But hello, what's happening here? Miguel flying.
Flying past Alejandro Silva Corrida. Right, Kevin Daniels has gone to pit road now. So that's his scheduled stop. So where is Stephen Walker? Stephen Walker is here. Wobbly is going to appear in a second. There he is.
There he is.
He is hunting him down.
Oh, he is. He's taken the second, hasn't he?
He has.
So... Interesting and very nerve-wracking stuff.
Yeah. For the Kevin Daniels fan, Davey D, if you watch the timing towers, he's just come out of the pits and he's in 14th place behind Jay Corley, and he's right behind him as well. And the two in front are fighting, Jamie Jeffrey and Jay Corley, as they go side by side through the S's. We've seen this end up in tears before a few times tonight. You can't see the car on your inside on any of these turns, and there's a tendency to cut across. And I don't know whether people have got their spotters on either loud enough or at all, and therefore not knowing that the car's still there.
Oh, this is the dance of doom if we're not careful.
Yeah, and they're coming towards the Degners now, and you really shouldn't be going too wide through Degners. It's a certainty that something bad is going to happen, and Jamie's had to go, or has gone wide. And he's going to file back in or not? Oh, there's a bit of a hip check on Kevin Daniels, who's trying to get in.
A lot of room there.
No. Kevin Daniels trying to get in on this part with JB bearing down on him.
Oh, crikey.
Blimey.
He's getting in the boot.
Jay Corley just cleaned the back of his car on the front of Jamie Jeffrey's car. David Ayres says it seems to be a law that result cars take each other out.
It's one Newton's.
Yeah, and he also says it's another rule that it's always Carl's fault.
Yes. Natural law.
Yeah. So we look at the battle box in the bottom right corner, and the three AM cars that were leading the three Pro cars, that's all reversed now. It's exactly the other way around.
But they're still there.
Well, they are
they're still a threat, and they're hanging on, and it's...
Well, Loick's joined this party.
Loick's doing a great job here, isn't he? I mean, he's showing his pace and his skill. That's great to see.
Yeah, and PVG...
He's having a better go at it in this second race, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
Bedded in and finding his place. Here's Pete.
Yeah, PVG's on a bit of a recovery after that incident with Carl. And if David Ayres wants a giggle, then Carl is third off last.
Come on, Captain. Oh, no. Oh, he's gone in the pits. Oh, he's out.
Yeah, no, well, he's in the pits at the minute.
Oh, yeah, he's in the pits. Thank heaven. No, it was Kylie that's gone out. Out? What's happened to Kylie?
I think that was that hit.
Oh.
Right, so Jamie Jeffrey gets that done. Can Kevin Daniels follow him through? Nope. Not on this occasion. Has Carl had another off? I think he... Oh, yes, he has. Carl's been off track again. We'll watch that in a second. Get your popcorn out, David. Right, so... Where are we on track? Is this Spoon? This looks like Spoon. It is Spoon. Oh, that's the least dramatic crash ever. Thanks, SDK. That was it. He just pulled off and reset the car. So I don't know.
Something's going on.
I'm munching. Right, off we go. So these guys have kind of split up a little bit again. Three Pro cars making a bit of headway. We need to look at what's happening right at the front though. So we're going to leave this little group as... Oh, who's that? Tony Walker that sailed it around the outside of Spoon there. I've seen a few cars do that. Right, Stephen Walker is your leader at the moment, but his lead is being hacked away by Wobbly. You can see with the gap there. It's 1.3 seconds. That is exactly what 1.3 seconds looks like. Wobbly's in second, obviously. And then third at the moment is Sam Blees with Spencer McCarthy, his own teammate. Cutting through that lead, he's got it down to 1 second at the moment, and that's your top four. Russell Cowell, Marathon, is in fifth, and that was his starting position. What has happened to Loick? Something bad just happened to Loick as I was talking. Let's have a little look. Is this a 130R incident again? Tony Walker's gone off track as well, so I don't know whether they're both off track together. Let's have a look at this. He closed right in on JB, went down the inside, and... Oh, wow. Well, that could have been utterly disastrous, and he's waited for the field to go, so well done to Loic. Hats off to him.
Yeah, that was very nicely handled.
It was very nice. That exhibits all the characteristics we want to see in a racer, not just piling it back onto the track right in traffic. Well done.
So yeah, just goes to show you, just a fraction late on the brake, and that's it. It really is just a fraction, and it can all go tits up.
Yeah, speaking of tits up, David Ayres just said that he's heard it's always an anticlimax where a car's concerned. Okay. So.
Wonder where he heard that.
I think he's got that from personal experience.
We're not going to that any further then, hopefully. Oh, here's our new guest. Come in, come on.
Yeah, that's
Pete's just gone round the outside of him now.
Yeah.
So with a Dutchman and a Frenchman. How lovely. Jolly international, and we do like that very much.
We do. Yeah, the more the merrier. Right, the middle of the field is starting to get hot again, as in Jay Corley is fighting with Kevin, and we've just seen Pete fighting with Loic, and we've got some more people now pitting. They are pitting now. It's Russell, Cowell and Iker, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars that have not yet had their scheduled stops. Tom Woodcock has gone round again. He is the 6th of them. So quite a few cars still to pit. I mean, I've been in races with super fast people in V8s before, and when you come out of the pits and the guy that's already pitted is miles ahead of you, it's soul destroying.
Oh, don't.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. What's going on with Kevin? Is Kevin in the pits? Kevin's in the pits.
Yes, Kevin's in the pits.
Right, that's fine then. I thought he'd crash for a minute. He was dropping down my timing screens, but for obvious reasons. Right, where is the action? It's around here again with Pete Van Gool and Loic.
We goes.
Let's go on board with Loic for a second, and all his fans on the chat can tell him what he's doing wrong later.
Well, he's in company with Pete, so
good target.
Gives us a chance to clock Pete's style and his line.
Yep.
It's an alien thing for him to drive front-wheel drive cars.
Well, he does it very well.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's really come to grips with it, but it's not been easy for him.
Yeah, David E is questioning why Kevin's in the pit again. I think one was for damage and one was for fuel. I'm not sure though.
Very nicely around there.
Yeah.
Wicked little hairpin.
It is.
Great when you get it right.
Now, Kevin's been in the pits for a very, very long time.
This is not good news.
No. I don't know what's going on. It might be technical. He did drive into the pits. He didn't reset to the pits, so... Right then. And he's staying in the pits. He's been in there a very, very long time. This looks fairly terminal for Kevin. Sorry, Davey. Right, so... We're watching 3rd and 4th at the minute, which is Sam Blease, followed by his own teammate Spencer. They usually do make a very good fist of a very good fight. And
6 seconds behind Wobbly. They're not closing that gap, but Wobbly's certainly closing the gap on Stephen.
Yes, he's still lighting up purple sectors. And these two have still yet to pit, obviously. Same as Sam and Spencer and Flashy, who's in a bit of a time bubble of his own at the moment. He's got 11 seconds in front of him and 13 seconds behind him, so he's in a bit of no man's land, is Matt Elmore at the moment. Kevin Daniels has not moved. He's still sat in pit road for 2.5 minutes or more now. This was a sudden almost multi-21 situation with Tom Woodcock and David Johansen there. That was a let go, I think.
Ooh. Be careful, lads. Cars look very nice together. We don't want them bent.
No, I mean, the reason that David's racing so hard is because the next car in front is Miguel.
Yeah.
And that is the gap there. Which means that the 6 cars that are still to pit have got to slot in somewhere around David Johansson. And he's going to try and put as many fast laps in as possible.
Yes.
Knowing that he can still see Miguel, which is often a miracle.
Right. He's very capable of doing those sustained solo, consistent lapping, is David.
Yes.
So he won't have given up. And Wobbly's still chucking in the purple laps, which shows you the kind of pace he's got at the moment. He's not hanging about. It takes some doing to take 3 seconds off Stephen Walker when he's in front of a race.
Yeah, definitely. David says he went off the road. I don't think he did go off the road. It shows that he entered pit lane. He drove through into pit lane. So he still stood there after 4 minutes anyway. So whatever's happening, it's not helping him get back to the track. As Matt Elmore pulls into the pits. Let's just watch what Kevin Daniels did very quickly. This is his. Right, there he is. And now he's just driven down there all on his own. So, not sure about that one. We'll find out at some point. Right, let's go back to this little battle here. Well, it's not a battle, I don't think. So this is... Oh, Matt Elmore's come out right in front of Russell. That's what's happened there. And that was Spencer McCarthy overtaking Sam Blease. Just out of shot. It literally happened as I switched the camera across. So what is this? A mistake? On Sam's part? No. Slow down. Okay. That's why that happened. Right then, and...
I doubt that will split them up, will it?
No, I don't think so. So these guys are going to have to pit very, very shortly. This is Wobbly, who has literally caught Stephen Walker now. I wonder if you can still cool your tyres by running them on the grass on the right-hand side there. It was a thing for quite a while in most of the cars on the new tyre model.
They've probably done away with it.
Yeah.
In the way, because they altered the grass, didn't they? They made a big alteration to the grass, so
yes,
they could have victimised it. That's for sure.
Yeah, Wobbly gets a point for leading the lap, but he is going to have to pit soon. Stephen Walker, Spencer McCarthy, and Sam Blease are all in pit road.
Well, that's a fearsome sight coming into the pits at this stage of a race.
It is. It's going to be interesting to see where everybody pops back out again. So Miguel is coming around. Where's he going to be?
Who has not been hanging around.
No, and Stephen Walker is here, look. Quite a long way ahead of him. And the 2 Hydra Race geodesic cars are going to come out, and Miguel's going to sail straight past the pair of Mizzy. Yes, he is.
Jesus.
Right, so we're going to have some really good racing for the next 8 minutes, for sure. Tom Woodcock's finally entered the pits as well.
Must be on thin air.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and Tom Woodcock's missed his pit box. That's not going to help his cause. He's had to reverse up to that one. So they think I don't watch these things, folks.
Right, so it costs vital seconds, that Pete, because these pit stops, they counted them in tenths, and having to do that can really ruin your rhythm and everything, and it upsets the whole pit stop.
Right. So I've been corrected twice now. Apparently Kevin did crash on the back straight. I'm going to go and find it. I don't know why it's not come up on my event tracker. I've not got anything for him. Oh, hang on. It'll be this. This has come up as an off track, but that's all it was. What? Oh God! Right. Okay. Well, that's more than an off track, isn't it? Right. Okay. So that's what the cause of his latest ailments is.
Well, he drove away from it, so
Yep.
Virgin must have
done some more serious damage as Wobbly enters the pits. Right, this is going to be very, very interesting. He was nothing away from this boy on the previous lap. Stephen Walker, this is. And Stephen Walker's got 6 seconds over Miguel. I'd love to be able to tell anybody that that's a comfortable gap, but with Miguel, I'm honestly not sure. Nah, Wobbly is rolling.
Oh, look at this. Don't you just love it, Pete? Honestly, look at this.
Oh, he's done him.
Look, I've got 3 of them in view.
Yeah. So, Wobbly.
All those laps, all those pit stops, in and out, all the mayhem, and here we are.
Now, has Wobbly ended up putting in enough fuel? And does he have to fuel save for the last portion of the race? He's got the track position. He is the leader.
And he had that incredible pace.
Yeah.
He's got the purple lap, so it's for them to catch him now, Pete.
It really is, yeah. And this is Tony Walker having a long stare at Jake Corley, nearly collected him. He is still the top AM driver. JB Dejew, second in AM on track at the minute, and PVG, third. PVG's had a good recovery in this race. Fourth in AM is Ike Leku. Where is he there? And fifth in his first race with us at the minute, Loic Ponolt.
Yeah, well done, Loic.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic performance by him. And he's had a chance in this second race to shine a little bit, and very nice to see.
Yeah, very good. David Corpus has entered pit road for his fuel after having to visit pit road in the first couple of laps for damage. Oh, that's super wide from JB, and he's going to give up some places. Oh,
Pete's got in front now.
He has. BBG's got a freebie there.
JB will be disappointed because it's not been his usual style. Just recently, he's been so good.
Yeah.
Not making mistakes.
No, and he's been solid. Now, this is going to brew up. We've got 5 minutes of racing left, which is about 2 and a bit laps, depending on where Wobbly is at the moment. Where is Wobbly? Wobbly's going through Casio. So, going over the line, we have, what, 4 minutes? So, this might be the white flag lap. No, I didn't see a flag waved. Maybe the next one is the white flag. Okay. Right. Oh, yeah, of course it will be, won't it? Basic maths, it evades me, doesn't it, Alan?
But sometimes, Pete, sometimes. Yeah. It's not. We're above simple things like mathematics.
Yeah, well, thanks to the guys on the chat who did see it in the background and I missed it with Kevin. That's Aaron, David, and Davey D. We'll find a good commentator one day instead of me.
I didn't see it either. I didn't see it.
No.
So.
Oh, Russell Cowell taking the oddest line ever. He's under a lot of pressure now from the super fast Jamie Jeffrey.
Well, they're still having fun out there, and this is what we want to see.
Yep.
It's still plenty to race for. They're still good. It's been non-stop, but they're still going hard at it. They don't let off.
No, they don't. And Russell's getting a lot of pressure here from Jamie. I think there will be an overtake at some point.
It's a hard one to defend, but Russell's very good at putting his car in just the right place, isn't he?
Yeah. No, and just to answer David Ayres' question, I wish it did. I wish it did tell me when it's white flag, and then I wouldn't look so silly so often. Right, Wobbly has got 1.6 seconds.
He's not going to get caught.
I don't know. It depends whether he's having a lift.
I'll be very surprised if he gets caught because he's still pulling time out of Stephen.
Yeah, that's Stephen there in the background.
Stephen won't want to depend on Wobbly running out of fuel. And I doubt very much that Wobbly's going to run out of fuel, but you never know with him. That is for sure. There's always that element of uncertainty with the lad.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we love him.
Here we go, over the line. was a 2:13.1. Oh my God, that was so fast from Wobbly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know his car's light, Pete. That's for sure.
Yeah. Right, here we
go.
But
his pace was storming.
Yeah.
So, and he's just carried that forward.
So Tony Walker wants this desperately from Jay Corley, but Jay's having none of it. Not at the minute, anyway. Excuse me. Ooh, and this is going to be hot. There are 2 cars there, folks, I assure you. There's Jamie Jeffrey, pops out. Round the outside of Russell Cowell.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Sailed it.
Can he do it? He's still on the inside. He's not going to let it go.
No, that's a classic.
This is
everybody's battling, so that's happening. This is happening.
Goodness me, don't know it's the end.
Yeah, well, this is happening as well.
Goodness.
This is the tastiest of the 3 at this moment in time. I'm going to keep an eye on where Wobbly is. Wobbly's catching up with Alejandro Silva Carrida as well on track to put a lap on him.
He's trying to get his nose in, but it's so difficult around here.
Very
We've got the Dana coming, so that's dangerous.
Yeah. 9 seconds takes us to the end of the race, so this is the final lap.
Up to the bridge.
Right, where's Wobbly? Wobbly's there. Where's Stephen? 1.8 seconds behind now. So that gap's growing. And now Wobbly's got tow from Alejandro's car, which Stephen's not going to be too happy about.
It's tight. It's very tight.
It really is. That's why I'm not saying anything. Here we go. Checkered flag, checkered flag. There's battles raging behind. I'm going to have a look at it in a second once Wobbly's crossed the line with Stephen in second.
Oh.
We'll have a look at what's happening there later. This is the next one in line. So this is Jamie and Russell. Russell managed to stay ahead of this. And Miguel Freitas, what is wrong with you? A 2:12.9. Good grief. Oh, he tried it, but he failed. Right, next battle. We're just going to have to take him off like this, I'm afraid. Right, so it looks like Jay Corley's going to defend that one, but this one's up for grabs. So this is JB and PVG. And PVG... Oh, God! This is so tight. Ike Aleiku's licking his lips behind. Right, so PVG got ahead and stayed ahead just...
Wow. What a battle.
Oh,
yes, indeed. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, JB enjoyed that.
Yeah. His first race with us, Loic finished, well, second race, finished 15th, up 4 places from his start position.
Did well to bring that home. What a race as well. Yeah. That's a bit of a baptism by fire in that one.
Very much so, I think.
Goodness.
Right, and over the line, Matt Flannery, I think, is the last. Yes, he is the last car over the line. All right, so high drama. David Ayres says he's very impressed with PVG. Absolutely. Yeah, I've not missed any other messages. Right, let's have a look at the finishing order for round 16. Oh, I always forget to do that. Wobbly wins the race for BSTV Esports Pink. 0.8, I should say, of a second ahead of Stephen Walker, who gets the second step on the podium. And the third step on the podium is Miguel Freitas. So a very successful night's racing from Miguel's perspective with his win in the first one. Spencer McCarthy finished 4th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Sorry, Miguel drives for Impulse Racing. Let's get all the teams right this time. Spencer 4th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing with his teammate Sam Blees behind him in 5th place. David Johansson finished 6th for Sim Racing Grid. 7th was Matt Elmore for Spectre 6. 8th was Russell Cowell for Spectre Solo. Jamie Jeffrey finished 9th for Coupes and Convertibles Racing, with 10th being Jay Corley. 11th was Tony Walker for Spectre 6. PVG and Pete Van Gool finished 12th for Result Clothing and 2nd in AM. I didn't mention that Tony Walker was the first in AM. He does it too often, doesn't he? It's become more of a habit. Look at that though. The first 10 positions are the pros, and then the AMs are second.
Yeah.
The split was accurate, I think. PVG, we've done that one. JB Diju finished 13th and 3rd in AM for BSTV Pink. Ike Leku finished 14th for Lurch's Academy. 15th was our new addition, Loic Ponaut, for Boots and VDS by Undercut. Tom Woodcock finished 16th for Sim Racing Grid. Matt Flannery was 17th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Alejandro Silva Corrida was 18th for Lurch's Sim Racing. I liked what he did tonight. I think he had a really good race. David Corpus was finished 19th for Lurch's Academy. And then classified 20th was Kevin Daniels for Sim Racing Grid. 21st was Carl Hardy for Safeguard. Kylie was 22nd for Air Smart Racing, and his teammate Chris Needham was classified 23rd, 15 laps down. Well, 2 races, Alan, from one of the highest orders of racing.
Yeah, it's fantastic, wasn't it, Pete?
It was
real
special,
quality.
Yeah, very special racing. I can't, the door-to-door stuff, sometimes it does get a bit too much, but it's because everybody's just so close on racing terms. But the spirit of this particular league is very healthy, isn't it, Alan? So I'm sure everything will get sorted out in good order.
Yes, we never carry anything forward. The drivers are great with each other. They're very mature, very sophisticated group of people.
Yeah, very much so. Right, I am going to sort us out ready for doing some of these interviews. This thing called interviews. Right, let me get rid of that.
I think I need to go and refresh my glass.
Yeah, do it.
This
Very sensible
instant.
Excuse me. Right then, let's have a look and see who is about in the interview room, ready for a chat. Let's see. Oh, well, where's he gone? Oh, there's like 600 people just entered the chat. Just give me a minute, folks. The first one into the booth, and race 1 winner, Miguel Freitas. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
So, race 1, there was you and the rest of the field, because you eclipsed everybody. You were gone. You had either very good setup or very good track knowledge, or a combination of both. Tell us about your first race.
Yeah, about the setup, it was wobbly setup, so
We can't keep saying this.
He must be annoyed.
we can't keep giving wobbly credit. Oh dear.
I have to. But yeah, also more credit to him for messing up. He and Sam getting together and clearing the way for me. Because I think he would have won for sure that first race.
Right.
He didn't have that contact, but yeah, after that I really I felt I was the faster. I knew the Elantras were struggling on cold tires from practice and quali.
Yeah, we
so
saw that.
I attacked Sam right away, so I had a chance. And yeah, after overtaking him, I was the faster and managed to get away.
Yeah, it was very good. And then second race, starting in 15th, obviously, got a bit mired up in the heavy traffic, and I did wonder whether you'd do this. I said it on the broadcast. You were the very first one into pit road. Did that work for you in the end, or did it not? You finished 3rd. Were you hoping to get to the front and win, or did you think that Wobbly, like you said for the first race, should have won?
For this race, I thought it was very hard for me to win. But yeah, I was stuck in traffic. It was slowing me down quite a lot. And yeah, I decided to go 1 lap earlier than I thought I could. So my plan was to save. But in the end, yeah, the race was cut shorter, I think. And I managed to not save so much and be back in a good place.
Yeah. I mean, 3rd on the podium in this league is... some people would class it as a win. But you also had... I'm suspecting you had something like illegal fuel on board, because you managed to do a 2-minute 12 lap right at the very end. That's obscene. Nobody got into the 212s, not even Wobbly. Was that just You weren't even in tow, were you, for that last lap?
So that I knew I could do some lap like that, but I would overheat the tires. So on the last lap, I knew Wobbly had the fastest lap, so I just went all in.
Oh, love it,
and,
love it.
and tried to make it, and it worked.
Oh, that's just too good. That's too good. I think I've got a button for that. Just give me a sec. This one. There we go. Excellent stuff. Got points off Wobbly. That's worth a clap.
You got some more for that.
Alan's in on the game now. So yeah, brilliant racing again. Very, very entertaining. You had us guessing for quite a long time, and I had lots of things crossed that Wobbly would be behind you after your pit stop, but it wasn't to be. And we will obviously delete out the bit where you said it was Wobbly that made your setup. So when we put this out live later, we'll cut that out. But great racing again. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go and start practicing for? Do you know what? It's been such a busy race tonight. I've not even looked at where we're at next. Oh, we're at Okayama. You couldn't get more different, could you?
Oh no, I don't like it.
And it's the short one as well, so it's going to
be... goodness.
Yeah. Oh, even worse.
But anybody you want to shout out to, you're not allowed to say Wobbly.
Yeah, I don't want to shout out Wobbly for not making my setup. But yeah, the team, you guys, everyone that showed up, it was, again, a really nice race. So yeah, that's all.
Brilliant. Fantastic racing.
Yes.
So congratulations. Miguel Freitas, everybody.
Thank you, Miguel. That was lovely.
It was. That was a good interview. Oh no, are we gonna have to do this? Are we gonna have to interview him?
Yes, indeed. Come along.
Oh, really?
Let's bring the man in. Bring the man himself in. Right. Come along.
But just as long as everybody knows, as long as everybody knows that I didn't want to interview him. Good evening, Wobbly.
No, you had two things wrong.
Go on.
So, heat one.
Yeah.
Sam netcoded me for twice in a row now.
Well, that just means that Sam deserves a round of applause. Have you got that button handy, Galen? Get the button.
You want this one? Or that one?
No, that's a drum.
Or that one?
That's the
or that one.
Wait, mate, we're racing.
That one there.
Yeah, so what happened was we were side by side, and he did a really good move on the outside on turn one. I told him when we were side by side, let's just do synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it side by side. And we were leaving loads of room between each other, and somehow on the corner going up, I think that's called Dunlop or something. We were going up left hand, and I suddenly got a shove, and Sam reacted with, I was nowhere near you, and I rewatched it, and I think it was like over a meter of netcode.
Yeah, we saw it. Well, we didn't actually see the netcode. We saw Sam going wide at Dunlop.
Yeah. No, well, you actually did see it. Just rewatch it, but you didn't see it. But it was on screen.
Does anybody know what Wobbly's saying right now? Because I've lost it.
Because you are blind. If you look at the no. Anyway, yeah, it was netcode. It was one of those things. Yeah. Whatever. And then and then I got into the group in the pack, 12th position or something, I think 13th.
Yeah.
And then you said I hit JB, which was wrong as well.
No, you did.
No, I didn't. Because it was David Corpus tapped JB slightly on the rear, which caused him to hit me and caused him to spin out on the right-hand side.
So I heard what you just said that you hit JB.
No, I didn't. So anyway, no, it was bad luck because I dare to say that I was the quickest tonight. Although I did back out of my last lap. I did back out of my last lap just because I didn't want to have any more incidents and I didn't want to risk just shoving it into the wall for 130R because I had a couple of, let's say, unstable moments going through that one.
Yeah. Well, this will make you feel really good. Using your setup, Miguel did a 2 minute 12 lap.
He didn't use my setup because he did.
He did.
Yeah.
But I have to admit that I did change one thing.
Oh, here we go. He sent a sandbagging setup to Miguel.
No, I just went back to the ABS on 8 instead of 9, so that's all.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yes. Well. So in complete contrast, next week we're at Okayama, the shortest track in the world. Are you going to be enjoying that or hating it?
Honestly, the last time I drove that, I was still learning the TCR, and I lit my tires, and we were back in the season where you had to, where you had to be really gentle on the tires, and either you could switch them during the pit stop or not.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it was,
I remember
and
that,
Gary switched them up, and I didn't, and I was just giving him the finger and blocking everything, and it cost us race. I think that it didn't cost us his race, but at least a podium.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, because you're such a nice guy, of course.
Oh, obviously, yeah. But the second race, I mean, I did really well.
What, today?
Yes.
I'm not mentioning it. I told you I'm only talking about the first race.
Oh, that's good.
No, you had a massive gap at one point. I think it all diminished when you said that you came off the gas on the last lap. Because I think you got it up to about 1.8 seconds or something. But yeah, that one was harder to fight for, wasn't it?
Yeah, Steven had good pace. I was quicker. I was able to save a little bit, and still be quicker. I assumed he wasn't saving. I think the gap was like 4.5 seconds when I overtook Iker, I think.
Right.
And just put my foot down a little bit, figured out that I was quicker, and tried to do laps quicker than him while saving. And then he had a slowdown, which gave me the toe. It was just a little bit more safe. I think I was the only one who did the extra lap.
Yes, yeah, because he peeled off right in front of you. We were on board with you at the time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just really like the track. It clicks with me, and I think it really suits the Honda as well. So it's a bit of both. Maybe setup, maybe super talented guy. Hello.
I'm not driving your car.
Oh no, that's why I said super talented.
Did beautifully in that second race. That was fantastic pace, the way he cut down Stephen. That takes real skill, and it was fantastic to watch. It was.
You hear that, Pete? Somebody actually being nice.
It's okay. I'm gonna edit that bit out.
live on the broadcast.
Yeah. I'm just gonna chop it out. But no, you did really well.
It was good.
Yeah, you didn't get the fastest lap though. That went.
No, I know, because I did the fastest lap, and I on the second to last lap I did it.
Yep.
And then Discord said, yes, I got it. And then I figured Miguel was behind me, and I saw the lap time he did before me, so I was slightly quicker. And it wasn't really a particularly good lap I did, but I was still slightly quicker. And then I figured, no, I can do one of two things: shove it up into the wall on 130R, or just be safe and drive it home. And then I saw, I can't remember, Da Silva. I think I want to say Da Silva.
Alejandro Silva Corrida.
That's what I want to say. I saw him driving in front of me, and I figured that I didn't really want to overtake him. I didn't want to, put myself in a position where it might be risky. And then I just left off the gas a little bit, and he went straight on the chicane, which somehow scared me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and I had weird things happening, and I forgot to save the replay, which is dumb, because I tell you, like in lap 2, I was sitting on Discord, and I was on the back straight, and a car, I can't curse, but I'm gonna say shit, so sorry. I shit you not, like a car flew right towards me with the like flying upside down. It was somebody having netcode or something having connection issues, but it flew right at me, and it scared the living hell out of me.
Right.
And I thought, and that happened later on in the race. It happened once more, and suddenly heard like slow car on the right. I saw a car whistling by on the outside of the track, like also flipping. But I forgot to freaking save the replay.
Well, I've got the replay, so I'll send it to you.
Yeah, but it won't see the netcode.
You won't see the netcode.
Oh, maybe.
What? Does it not happen for everybody?
Well, maybe. I don't know. No, because the others didn't see it.
Oh, right.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but it was really cool.
It didn't happen. Anyway, anybody you want to shout out to? Obviously Miguel, for winning and getting the fastest lap.
Miguel for using my setup. So Alan for being in the booth, JB for being there, JB for not being there. By the way, I still have to book the tickets, but we have to get a passport number for Bo, and she doesn't have a passport yet, so we have to. Yeah, so that's going to take like a week or two, but whatever. Side note, that's for me and Pete, because we're going to go to Hogwarts Castle. Yeah. Oh, so anyway, JB for being in Discord, also Spencer, Sam for always being there as well. Matt had a really bad race, I think. Matt Flannery.
Matt Flannery, yeah, he didn't have a great time.
No, that's what I figured. And Steven, because I kept winding it up the whole day, because I was like, I'm so quick. And yeah, well, BSTV in general, and I think, oh yeah, Kevin sent me a message from Impulse. So hi, Kevin. I don't know if you're listening. Hello, and yeah, that's about it. I think.
Nice.
Oh, and PVG, because he turns up on the practices as well, and in the Discord. That's fun.
Are you done?
Not you, Pete.
No, me.
No,
I was waiting.
No,
for
and
it.
I want to thank my family. I want to thank my new running shoes. Because I mean I haven't run in a minute. It's great, you know. I want to thank my uncle.
Even if I do
and I want
this, he can still come back. He can still come back.
Okay. Anyway, good luck with that too.
Cheers. Wobbly kneecaps, everybody. Right, next into the booth, we're going to bring in Stephen Walker after the longest interview ever known to man with Wobbly. Good evening.
Hola.
Hola, amigos. Hola. So, you were very, very quick tonight, but that Elantra seems, and I think Wobbly said it on his interview, it seems like it's very hard to get the tyres lit up and good to race. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, yes, it's a short answer.
Right.
It's I had a bit low camber, and so towards the end of the race, it was quicker, but it cost me. Or maybe I could have been a little bit more aggressive at the start with the camber. So at the start of the race, it might have been a tad quicker, but I don't think it would have made any or much difference. Wobbly just had that extra pace tonight, like I did last week at VIR.
Yeah.
And
he was
Miguel
quick,
as well.
wasn't he? It was very, very quick. You weren't slow, Steve, but he had that. He had that a couple of tenths tonight. It was good.
Yeah, I couldn't really, particularly in the second race, after the game computer, whatever you want to say, crashed in qualifying. So that's why obviously I started at the back.
Yeah, it was awful. Oh,
we
no,
kind of guessed
heartbreak.
that.
Yeah, by the time I got back in, I think there was 4.5 minutes left, so it's not going to make any difference. So, it
very
kind of just
unfortunate.
put me out of whack a little bit, like, rhythm-wise. It just obviously because it was annoying. To be honest, I thought I'd sorted it. I'd done 3 full races here and official races without any problems whatsoever, and then obviously it does it again. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I literally have no idea what it is, and that's the most frustrating thing. If I knew what it was, obviously I could fix it, or I'd at least know how to fix it. Because it's completely random, I couldn't tell you what it is.
I think we all end up with these gremlins from time to time. I've had them in the past. I've had them with the PC. I've had them with the internet. It's where Jamie Wilson coined the phrase "going full Bingham" when I was disappearing for long periods of time and reappearing right in front of somebody or inside their car. So yeah, sometimes they're very hard to diagnose, and I hope you find out whatever the hell it is, because we'd prefer you to be qualifying and beating Wobbly on a regular basis. But yeah, they are annoying when it happens, so totally appreciate that. But you were so fast in practice. There was only Wobbly beating you, I think. And that was the outcome in the second of tonight's races. Wobbly was the only one that could beat you.
Yeah, I knew as soon as he got into second, I knew that eventually he would catch me, because there would be laps where he'd be half a second quicker, and there was honestly nothing I could do about it. I just couldn't go that fast, that quick. So I tried to get my head down. I got a slow down, and that cost me. He would have caught me anyway, but it might have been just after the pit stop, or probably still before it. But he was quicker. He deserves that. It was good racing from him, so can't really complain. I was like that last week, so
it's great for us. It's great
his turn. And like I said last week, I really despised this track, and I still stick to that. That I absolutely despise this terrible, far too long track.
It wasn't kind to you today.
Well, we've got.
But you gave us a heck of a race. It was spectacular. You know, it was great watching you there and watching Wobbly cutting the time down and it was, yeah, truly exciting and very, very, very fun to watch. We're grateful to you.
Yeah, and your brother's he's smashing that AM class to pieces at the minute, isn't he? He's top in both races, and he had a good 3 positions over JB in the first race. So yeah, he's knocking that out of the park at the moment.
Yeah, he's finding his way. In the second race, he had, I think, from about halfway through the race, he had 14 incident points.
Ooh.
So he obviously, in the second half of the race, had to be very careful.
Yep. Nervous times.
Yeah, because he was like, "How much should I drive for us?" Like, pretty sure it's 15. Or Russ was like 15. He was like, "Oh no, that's not what he said." But I'm sure he can figure it out. But yeah, no. Overall, considering I started at the back, I guess it isn't. In the first race, it wasn't too bad. I could have been right up there either way, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, without a doubt.
Okayama might give you the opportunity next week.
God's sake.
I knew that was coming. Oh dear.
It's the short course as well.
I know.
It's even worse. At least the long course, it's a bit more spread out. With the short one, it's just going to be absolutely mental. It's literally, we've probably gone from this week. I think it might be the longest track on this calendar.
Yeah.
So I think possibly the shortest track on the calendar.
Yeah. It's fun.
Fun. If you want to say fun, that's on you. But while I don't necessarily mind the track, the short version is it is something else. It is something else.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be good for us, even if it's going to be arduous and torturous for you lot. It's going to give us plenty of entertainment. I think it's going to be a little bit crashy because Okayama's always been a slippy track, even with the new overlay that they put on it. It's still quite greasy, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, they've overhauled it, hasn't they? So my computer will probably just be like, nope,
just melt.
See ya.
Big puddle.
Although it's just the game that crashes. The computer's like, yeah, I'm all right, mate. Like, fam, yeah, I'm all right, fam, yeah. And the game's like, nah, fam, I'm dead, mate.
Oh dear. Well, we hope you don't get any of those gremlins, and we hope that you beat Wobbly at least twice next week. And
Honda will be good run
there. Will it?
I think so. The short version.
Right. Okay. Well, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, obviously you guys putting on a good show again as usual. The rest of the guys, Wobbly for his stupid pace. I think Miguel was just as quick by the end of this, or like halfway through the second race or whatever. So the rest of my team for having mixed nights, and just me for being terrible. I'm so miserable. I don't know if you can tell.
A little bit.
You really should be miserable.
Annoyed.
Yeah.
I was like, do you know what? I think I've solved my issue. I haven't had it since I've changed 2 things, and then literally one. I think I just started my second flying lap in qualifying. It was like, nope.
Right.
So yeah, I'm annoyed. But
very intermittent problems are the worst thing in the world, Stephen. I had one, and it was a cable, and it took me months to find it, and it was a nightmare. And change all your cables.
Yeah.
Speak to Mr. Wilson. He's got wonderful ways of finding out why.
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of conversations about it already.
Okay.
Like, so yeah, it is what it is. But no, great racing. It's a tough track to race, and incidents and stuff. Like, it's very tight. So I know there was a netcode in an incident that I had.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
I know there was netcode up and down, but it is what it is.
Well, let's hope for better fortunes next week. And we'll let you go and start your practice laps and figure out what's wrong with iRacing and your computer all of a sudden. For next week.
I'm not touching it till Sunday, even if I can be bothered.
Right, fair enough. It was that bad.
Yeah.
That bad a track. But we're going to look forward to it either way, aren't we, Alan? So
yeah, I'm going to look forward to it. I love it. So I want to race on the short track at
yeah. Well, be my guest.
To be fair, I'm sure it'll be fun to watch anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's a fun track to watch, and but you're right, it's going to be busy and close with these cars on there. There's not an awful lot of room, is there?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
So
it's a narrow track
everyone will
as
be,
well.
everyone will be around the similar pace as well. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, well, it's going to be great for us. So we're going to watch it with bated breath, and we'll let you disappear and get some little bit of practice in maybe 5 minutes before the race starts, by the sound of things. Multiple previous champion, Stephen Walker, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Nice one, Stephen.
Cool. Right, so let's go and put.
He was gutted, wasn't he, about that?
Well, it is gutting when stuff like that.
It really is, yeah. No, especially when you think you've cured it. I know exactly how it feels. I've been there as well and been kicked out at the start of a race when I thought I'd fix things. You know, it's so disappointing, excruciating. And I mean, you know, it's Steve's. The thing is, Steve's a potential race winner, not like me. If I have an issue, it's like, you know, well, you know, it will ruin my enjoyment of the race, but it's not going to affect the outcome of the race. But with Stephen, it does affect the outcome of the race when something like that happens.
Yeah,
it changes the balance of it, and it removes a major player from it, and we don't want that.
No, definitely not. Often, you feel like you'd rather just smash it into a wall yourself than have something like internet or computer PC issues interfere with your race. But let's hope he gets it sorted, because he's such a fantastic racer when his kit isn't letting him down. Right, it's that time.
Yes. I think it's a tough one tonight, Pete.
Yeah. So Wobbly's won the second race, but he only got 8th in the first. Don't care what his excuses were. Stephen, similarly so, second in the second race, but P10 in the first.
Yes, but starting last.
A good recovery drive. I'm calling it a recovery drive. It was a last to first challenge, wasn't it? And he did a pretty good job of it. So maybe he is in with a shout. Miguel was solid all around. Spencer, you know, a third and a fourth. And we didn't hear much from him and see much from him. He gave his own teammate a run for his money in both races. So I think Spencer is there as well, there or thereabouts. Looking down the rest of the list, in both races, I see Tony Walker doing a standout job in race 1 and topping the AM charts in race 2. I think for me, I'm going to have to go with... I don't know. I'm a bit lost again already. I think I'm going to go Stephen Walker. I think his last to first challenge in the first race and a second place in the second race, with that eating into your head, you know, is my kit going to fail at any point in time? And he's kind of just put it on the back burner in his brain, and he's just got on with it. And he wasn't far off getting that win in the second race. I'm gonna for just pure guts and resilience, Stephen Walker's getting it from me.
Well, I'm never gonna argue, because I'm a big fan of Stephen, as you know, but he's not to get my vote tonight.
Oh,
right. For one thing, Wobbly in the second race chased him and made a fantastic battle of it, and Wobbly would get my vote for that if it was down to them. But it's not going to come to that, because I'm going to give it to Pete.
Right, okay, yeah, okay.
I thought he had a terrible start to the second race and came out and finished the race. I love that in a driver. You know, shocking start, but you come out and you get determined, you get your head down, and he came out and finished the race in fine style. And in the second race, he drove beautifully, and he's really starting to come to his own, and it's making me a very happy boy. It's lovely to see him doing so well.
Awesome stuff, and that's a really brilliant reason to vote that way as well. That, you know, determined nature and not giving up, putting the car back on the track, even if you've had to do some proper repairs as opposed to a fast repair. I think that's worth calling out. It's not too dissimilar to me voting for Stephen for sticking in with it, really, is it?
That's
it's
right.
One of the same sort of principles.
Well, we care about those things.
Yes.
It's not all about driving performance.
No, it's not. It's about attitude.
Attitude, character of driver, and all the rest of it that goes into it in this our beautiful league.
Yep, absolutely right. Well, I'm gonna get the points up to date so that David Johansson doesn't moan at me like he normally does. As soon as I can after the race. I think it's going to make interesting reading because there's a few people finished out of position in.
Well, it's close.
Yeah,
it's close, and there's still time for change. Plenty of time for change.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, well, I think that Suzuka has done us proud. I think that the racers have done us proud. We've had some different winners this week. So Miguel's back into winning form. And Wobbly's finally found himself a top spot, which is healthy for the league. It's certainly going to shuffle up the points. And great to see new people still joining mid-season. Hopefully Loic enjoyed what he experienced. Hopefully his fans on the chat did as well, and maybe they can join too. Who knows?
Yeah, that was lovely to see a new driver, wasn't it? And he did very well, I think.
I did.
Especially in that second race, I think he did very well, and he set his cap, and he's very welcome. And I look forward to seeing him racing next week on a very different circuit.
Yeah, that'll be a good test for all of them, not just for Loic. But yes, it's been a very rewarding night of racing from my perspective. Thanks to everybody that was watching, everybody that watched and contributed on the chat, everybody that raced. And obviously, thanks to Alan for joining me in the booth yet again. Always brilliant to have somebody making these broadcasts look professional, whereas I try and ruin that. I'll say goodnight. I'll let Alan say goodnight and bring the broadcast to a close. So, good night, everybody. Stay safe, and the best of health to everyone.
Yeah, what he said. And yeah, as usual, it's absolute pleasure to be here. We had a great night. Fantastic racing and great skill and a great deal of charm from the drivers as well. Lovely. And next week's going to be a very different story. I can't wait to see how it works out. I really can't. Good night, my dears.